Good afternoon. Today is Saturday, March 22nd. Still in the same spot. I had OT Thursday and yesterday. I forget what we did Thursday. I think we did some core exercises and stretches. And Friday, she had me show her how I get to the small bathroom behind me, how I get in with the walker, which is sideways because the walker is wider than the door, and how I sit down, how I get up. And then she had me show her how I get up the step to go to my bedroom, which she wasn't thrilled with, even though I don't put the full weight, on my foot. I only use my toes. That's why I've been getting cramps in my toes lately, but I I have to do it. If I use my left foot to step up the step, I still have to put weight, a little weight on that foot. Like I said, I don't use the heel, I use the toes. But show her how I lay down, how I get in the bed and lay down, how the bed goes up and down and stuff. And she had me do an exercise in the bed to help with the core and do that along with the other exercises I do for PT, and which I've been doing more than twice a day because I sit here and nothing better to do, so I do them in the afternoon or whenever I think about it. I do them. But so I do at least 2 sets of 10 3 times a day, so I do them like 6 times. Which is, doesn't hurt, helps, strengthen my legs and gets this like flowing so I don't get any clots. And yeah, and every time I do something, she always, has her whatever this thing is called, to check the heart rate and the oxygen. And yesterday, I forget what I was doing, but she tested it, and she uses hers, and it was like the heart rate was 115, which is high. So, and that I was doing breathing exercises and all that. So, and then it came down, and the oxygen was good. And then so we do that all the time, check it, and I stop and rest. And yeah, so I don't know when I'm gonna start PT. I haven't heard from the girl yet. Hopefully next week. But yeah, and I also Thursday I showed her these are the walking the, the pads for the walker, and they had them in different colors. They have them. This is teal, and they had them in black, and they had them in hot pink. And I was gonna get the ones in hot pink, but they didn't. It said it doesn't come like overnight, and I wanted it like overnight so I can have it like the next morning. But they didn't come the next morning after I ordered it. It came, well, technically it did because I ordered it like Monday night in the middle of the night. So it came, but anyway. And then because I had it shipped overnight, if you have it delivered overnight, you have to spend $25. So I ordered this coloring book from the Greeting Farm. This one was $12.99, and one side is blank so you can doodle or sketch or whatever, and the other is one of their images, which will be good with the the alcohol markers. So I showed my OT therapist these, and I was telling her about it, and when they came, well, she saw they were on, so she wanted me to show her the box. And when she came Friday, she was telling me she told a couple of her patients about them. And This morning, I forget what, I went to the bathroom and I came out and I was doing my breathing exercises after I sat down, but I wanted to check the heart rate and stuff. So I got this out and I took it, and the heart rate was like 58. And I'm like, that can't be right, because I was still trying to catch my breath. So I'm like, I think it's time to get a new one. So I went on Amazon and found one. And again, I could get it shipped today between 5 and 10. So of course you had to order $25 worth of stuff. So I'm like, okay. I look at my wish list. I got another coloring book from the Greening Farm. And that one is the newer one. And then I was looking at other stuff. I was going to get a collage soup book, but I could not make myself spend that much for a book. They're too much money. But I ended up ordering another bottle of dandelion root because I was getting low. So that came to the amount I needed, and it should be here between 5 and 10. And I probably have to find, do what I did to get this package, which is I took the knee scooter and the grabber and went out to the garage, through the garage, and to the door to over here. Luckily, she didn't put it by the front. Well, it's by the front door, but it was like that side toward the parking lot post behind the door, not at the door itself. So I took the grabber and grabbed the envelope and wheeled myself back in the house. So, and then because later on I Googled, can these, default over time or whatever, and they can. So, I mean, this is old. This was my dad's. I forget. It was over 10 years he had this. Because he got it when we were still in Chicago, when he was first diagnosed with, or was it my mom's? It was either hers or his. I forget which, but anyway. So, it's time to get a new one. And this one's like more electronic, because this is red. Oops, let's show you. And the other one's like the green or whatever. So, and last night I had no clue what I was going to do for dinner. I thought about ordering again, but then it's like so expensive to order with the Uber or Grubhub. Even though I have Uber Cash, but I didn't want to use that. And I took out something, but it was still frozen. I knew I wasn't going to have it yesterday, and I won't have it today because it's still frozen. So I didn't want to have a TV dinner because I like them, but I don't like them because they're not the healthiest thing in the world, but they're the easiest thing to, warm up, especially since I can't really cook. Well, I can, but it's not easy. But I did end up having a TV dinner. I did cook leftovers Friday. I cooked Wednesday, and it was simple. It was just pasta, and it wore me out. I made, the recipe was called hibachi noodles, which you take spaghetti, you boil spaghetti, and then you make the sauce, which is not teriyaki, soy sauce, brown sugar, I did use teriyaki sauce. Yeah, and butter. Well, you're supposed to cook melt the butter with garlic, but I didn't want to do that because it was way too much. It would have been hard to do that for me. So I just melted the butter and used garlic powder. um, but I was rolling back and forth in the office chair to make the pasta. My mom, a long time ago, bought like this kettle thing, electric kettle thing to make pasta or whatever. And I took that down like earlier in the day to use to make pasta because it was way easier to, because I plugged it in by the sink. So I wouldn't have to carry a pot of boiling water with pasta over to the sink to dump it. So, so it was good, but it wore me out after I finished cooking it. But it was like I have dinner for a couple nights, but I ended up Friday having it for lunch instead of dinner, and then I regretted that decision because I didn't know what I was going to have for dinner for yesterday. So, and I don't know what I'm going to do for dinner tonight. So, I think that's about it for right now. So, I'll see you later.